Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series figure number 25, Zatanna. Zatanna appears to come with 12 pieces. I was going to say 20 pieces, 12 pieces. She comes with a poster, she comes with her wand, and she comes with her display stand with some interchangeable hands. A figure that I feel could have come later into the line, but still appreciating that we are getting ourselves a Zatanna release. It is from the continued line of Batman the Animated Series. Yes, Zatanna did appear in the Batman Animated Series. It is also recommended for ages 3 and up. Actually, it's recommended for ages 14 up, not recommended for ages 3 below. Kind of a big gap there. Spin around the back of the package, you won't find anything. Nothing. No read-ups, no nothing, but if it saves costs on producing this and gives us more figures as a result, this doesn't bother me at all. To check out more from the folks over at DC Comics, head over to www.dccomics.com, and equally so, head over to www.comicsshoplocator.com if you'd like to find a comic book store in your local area. Spot's going to take himself a break and get this opened up, but rest assured, when we come back, we're going to get a better look at figure number 25 from the Batman Animated Series line. We'll be looking at Zatanna. There is definitely more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Zatanna comes included with a pamphlet brochure. Of course, we always look at these in this channel because it gives us a precursor as to some of the new figures that we're going to be getting eventual releases of. So, for example, we've already had a look at the Batman and Phantasm. We've already had a look at the Batmobile. But other characters that we haven't looked at here on this channel is Etrigan and Clarion, Ra's al Ghul, which we will be looking at actually in the next video, Commissioner Gordon, Harley Quinn, which looks like it's a brand new Harley sculpt, featuring probably the Mad Love new head sculpt, Firefly, an anti-fire suit Batman, and the one I'm really looking forward to, Clayface. Really excited for Clayface, can't wait for him. We'll put that to the side. Okay, let's have a look at some of the accessories that have come included with Zatanna. Now, I've got her on her display stand. She's a figure that definitely needs a display stand. I wasn't even going to gamble the efforts of trying to get her to properly stand on this backdrop. No way, ifs, ands, or buts. She does come with a poster. It says Zatanna, Mistress of Magic. It's actually not so, well, I guess it's like a little brochure program. I guess something that, you know, and on the front it says, John, I hate goodbyes too. Love Zatanna. P.S. Don't forget to write. It is cardboard. And this has been a topic of debate before on this channel, where a cardboard insert include with a figure. I've commented before that materials used, I feel like they should never be used as cardboard. And the one that stands out to me is the black and white Freddy that was from, what was it, Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 5, actually, The Dream Child, where there was that cardboard cutout. And I said that NECA should not have used cardboard because this material just does not stand up over the course of time. It gets crumpled, it gets creased, it gets wrinkled. It should have actually been plastic. And a lot of people said, Spot, it is supposed to be paper, so why would they use anything else? Well, this is a good example as well. Yeah, sure, in the show itself, it might have been on paper, but it's not to say that it should translate to figure form in the same material as it's presented. By that logic, if someone came with a loaf of bread, then that material that they should use for the loaf of bread should be a real loaf of bread. You might say, well, Spot, you're being a little overboard, a little ridiculous in the way that you're saying this, but really, if this was plastic, this would last a lot longer than if this was just straight cardboard. I wish that this was plastic. Not that I would ever display her with the program, but giving it just simply cardboard, this can get damaged over time very easily. In fact, I could just fold this right now and damage this in its complete entirety. A program like this doesn't bother me so much, but the cardboard display cutout of the comic artist from Nightmare 5 bothered me a lot. It should have been in plastic. At any rate, we'll put that right there. Right there. She does also come with her wand, which is actually more like a stick. It is a little on the pliable side. It looks like it's a little more resilient than just a long piece of brittle plastic. But that's not to say that bending it, you will not damage it. So do be a little careful with that. She also comes with her display stand. We'll just lay her down just for a second. I'll show you the stand itself. It gives you a 3/4 front, side, and 3/4 back turn of Zatanna as a character design chart. Of course, the Batman the Animated Series down below. She has the adjustable neck that moves up and down. It's a little stiffer here, but it moves up and down. And then it has the open and close waist clips. Some of the figures, some of the female figures even, have the stands that are cut off. I don't know why they still sometimes give you the longer rod stands on some of them, and some of them they don't. Just be done with this long extra piece. It just sticks out so much farther out than it needs to. If it was just simply shorter, I think I'd be okay with that. Even if it was like right there. Because you're really not going to be adjusting things forward and back all that much. Just seems like a lot of excess to me. Put that right there. And then lastly, for her other accessories, before we look at the figure itself, she does come with, interchangeable hands. Currently, these hands aren't going to hold anything. They're not even going to hold the, I guess they could hold the pamphlet. Let's see, little brochure. No, not really. So all these hands will be very well received. Again, some partially open hands. She's got a closed fist. Actually, 2 pairs of closed fists, 2 pairs of partially open hands for holding her wand. Changing out the hands, extremely easy. You just pop the peg out like that. It's a female character, so you have to be a little more careful because the pegs seem to be a little smaller in size. You don't want that accidentally bending. And then you can go ahead and put the wand into her hand, just like that. Appears it's a little bit long, but I guess that is accurate. There she is with it. Go ahead and just take that out and put it to the side. Let's have a look at the figure itself. Really, again, surprised that this figure came out as quickly as it did. While we have other characters that still have not seen light of day. I guess they've covered the majority of the characters, so maybe Zatanna would be a perfect fit, but it seems like she should have come later into the game. Kind of like Creeper. Creeper, I feel, also could have come later into the game. But it's well appreciated that we finally do get a Zatanna in the DC Collectibles new Batman Animated Series line. Her feet are horribly warped. Horribly warped. I'm going to have to warp them back. You can see it just looks like her ankles have given way and they've collapsed in on themselves. Just bent off to the side. So I'll have to kind of heat something. At least they went the route of not articulating the ankles, which could have also even added even more problems to it. As long as you have the knee articulation and you have the thigh articulation, I really don't feel like you need ankle articulation for a figure this small. Figure's face is good. No issues with the face. I wish, though, her top hat was removable. Efforts to take it off, unsuccessful. Unsuccessful. They could have probably put a magnet in. They could have also put a big honking peg in there and where she would have a hole in the back of her head. But I wish that the top hat was removable. The face is pretty. Nothing to write home about. I mean, it's okay, but it's very average. I feel like it's a little on the average side. No real complaints because a lot of the designs, like her face could be shared very easily as a Lois Lane face. Although Zatanna has more of a rounded face here. In the Justice League series, it looked like she had more of a narrower face, but the original appearance of Zatanna, she has more of a rounded face. So it is accurate, but again, just reads a little bland for me. Her jacket top is nice, as I do appreciate the shorter jacket style that they've given her. Very long legs also as well on her. She's fairly posable too. It doesn't seem like she has much in the way of upper torso. It doesn't look like she has an upper torso ball joint. I've made efforts to try to, taking it out of the packaging, tried to actually move it, and it seems like it doesn't want to move. It's not to say that it's not posable there. I just simply can't get this to pose during this review. In regards to her posability, though, her head is on a ball joint. The whole time you're moving the head, you almost feel like you want to just take take the hat off completely, but no, it does not seem like it wants to come off. She has hinged shoulders, necessarily no issues there. Forward and back motion on the arms, a hinge on the elbow, which also allows those arms to rotate. She has a rotation in the wrists. What I would have initially thought is a rotation in the upper torso. Forward and back motion on the leg kind of stops there though. That's as far back as they seem to go. A split on the thigh itself, a bend at the knee, and as mentioned, no articulation in the ankle. The figure is good, but two things come to my mind. One, I feel like she didn't need to come right away. Like there were other notable characters that maybe we could have delved into first before we got this character here. I would even as far as to say let's try to cover the basis for the majority of the Batman animated characters. Even though, yeah, technically Zatanna's in there, I feel like other characters, maybe even like a Grey Ghost, could have come before Zatanna. Just my overall feelings. Not bad, don't get me wrong, but I feel like she could have come a little bit later. I appreciate that she's part of this wave now. The figure as a whole isn't bad. I'm just going to say it isn't bad. It's not spectacular. It's not going to break the internet, but it's not bad. Today's toy spot, we were having a look at the Batman the Animated Series. I believe this was figure number 25. This was Zatanna from the Batman animated line. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have the review of, actually, Ra's al Ghul is going to be right around the corner, so stay tuned for his review. As always, thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.